Hey YouTube, here's Wig here, bringing you guys an update to my Speedroid deck profile for August 2017. This will probably be one of the last deck profiles I do for this deck, just because I don't think it'll be getting too much support in the near future. If it does, I'll consider the deck profile, but thought I'd give you guys one final update with link support for the Speedroid deck. It's a really cool deck. The main focus was synchro summoning with this deck, but you could also utilize pendulum summoning now with the latest card we got from Code of the Duelist. And I also just wanted to show you guys how what basically changed with the deck when those came out and with the new format. So let's go ahead and get started. So I run one Speedroid Terratop. This card was hit on the ban list because it was overused in every deck just for its consistency. If you control no monsters, you can special summon it and then basically add one Speedroid from your deck to your hand. Most of the time you'd add Tekken Tomborg to get off your synchro plays by tributing to special summon your tuner, which we run 3 Tekken Tomborg. This card's just way too good in this deck. If you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can tribute this card to special summon one Speedroid tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for wind monsters. You can only special summon Tekken Tomborg once per turn this way. But the effect allows for quick monster swarming on the field. It doesn't really help too much with link summoning since you can only special summon wind monsters, but still focus on your key extra deck plays for cards like Clear Wing. And then if you have the requirements, you can go into Crystal Wing because you'll use the Clear Wing for the Crystal Wing and still keep your space open for your monsters in the extra monster zone. And 3 Speedroid Horse Stilts. Level 4 monster. When it's normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Speedroid from your hand. During the main phase of the turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard to send one wind monster from your deck to the graveyard, and you can only use this effect once per turn. But you can get your tuner monsters and other Speedroids that manipulate their effects in the graveyard with this card, and the field swarming from the hand is really good with him, which is why I like him, just for that fast field swarm for special summons. And the same goes for Double Yo-Yo. This helps with the graveyard build-up since he special summons a level 3 or lower Speedroid from your graveyard. I just like that this deck has a playoff for every card, getting you basically your guaranteed synchro summon with most of the monsters that you do end up summoning. And 3 Menko, this is your, I'd say, battle fader for the deck. You special summon it in attack mode, then switches all your opponent's monsters to defense. So ones they just got out on the field will find it difficult because they'll be switched to defense. So there were some plays where, you know, they'd get out the big dinosaur and the true dino deck, and then you'd special this, it'd switch it to defense, and then it'd be stuck there, not being able to switch back because it was already summoned that turn. And I'm running 3 of the new Speedroid Passing Glider. This is the scale of 3 pendulum monster in the deck. If there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Passing Glider once per turn this way. When this card is tribute summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower Speedroid in your graveyard to special summon it. Your opponent's monsters cannot target Speedroids for attacks except this one. Now he is just really good for that effect for the tribute and along with the special summoning effect. I like, honestly, the pendulum monsters more for their own effects than I do for the fact that I can special summon or pendulum summon with them. His scale effect is once per turn you can send one Speedroid tuner from your hand or face up from your field to the graveyard, increase or reduce this card's pendulum scale by the original level of the said monster until the end of this turn. But like I said, I really just enjoy this deck more for the monster effect because it just helps so much with field swarm and special summon capabilities. I took out the previous Speedroids, which I think was the biplane. It had basically the same special effect, but this one just, you know, came off as a better turn 1 special summon in my opinion. And just the one Domino Butterfly cannot be used as a synchro material except for the synchro of a wind, dragon, or machine synchro monster. And if this card is special summoned from the extra deck and used as synchro summon, you banish it. More for the pendulum scale effect where you cannot pendulum summon except for wind monsters. This effect cannot be negated. You can discard one wind monster, then target one of your banished wind monsters, add it to your hand. You can only use the effect of Domino Butterfly once per turn. I really like him more for the pendulum effect for adding back the banished monsters. They both coincide pretty well together with a 3 and 8 scale, but like I said, I like them more for their own individual effects than I do for their basic pendulum summoning capabilities. And one Speedroid Malicious Magnet. It cannot be used for the Synchro except for the Synchro with its own effect. During your main phase, if it's normal or special summon, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro summon one Wind Synchro using only this card you control and that monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. So kind of a good, just small little tech to go off of the Synchro. I like to call it the Battle Ball of the Speedroid deck for that reason. Same, one red-eye dice, just one. As I've stated in my previous videos, this card can get to the graveyard very fast. Having many more of this card is a dead draw, since you can't target himself with the level change, so you can't really do any combo plays with that. But you can reuse him from the graveyard with cards basically like double yo-yo and stuff like that. So the one of is fine there. And two, Den Daiko Duke. You can banish it from your graveyard, special summon one Speedroid Tuner from your hand or graveyard, except Den Daiko Duke. You can only use the effect once per turn. Just a good banish target again for Domino Butterfly. And the special effect of the tuner from the graveyard with this guy helps. So you have graveyard plays as well. And two Dry-Eye Dice, just the final tuner and monster we run in the deck. Has the Banish Graveyard effect for the negation of an attack, has a quick effect, which is really good. Can't go wrong there. And that's it for the monsters. We'll move on to spells. I run 3 Speed Recovery, probably one of the best Speedroid spell cards we have in the game. You target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, special summon it during your main phase, except the turn this card is sent to the graveyard. You can banish it from your graveyard to target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. So it has recycle capabilities and the special summon effect. Too good for bumping up consistency with the deck. And then 2 Shock Surprise. This card just helps with destroying cards your opponent controls just by banishing Speedroid monsters. And 1 Limiter Removal. They are machine types. I found it very fun to use this with Passing Glider. Just putting him up to 4,400 was insane alone with this card. And 1 Soul Charge just for more special power. Foolish Burial was for the Red-Eye Dice and Den Daiko for those plays. Dark Hole, once again, as I say in all my videos, pop this in for the Regeki and you'll be fine there. And 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. Now this deck doesn't keep too much hand consistency, so if you want Twin Twister, try it. It might be good for the fact that you can put your tuners in the graveyard to use, but other than that, it's basically player preference what you want to use between this and Mystical Space Typhoon. And for traps, the basic 1 Bottomless, 1 Solemn Warning, and I also like the 3 Call the Haunted. I might try out the new trap card that we got in Code of the Duelist, the one that special summons it in defense, just for the fact that it just special summons it in defense. It doesn't equip like Call the Haunted does. Like I said, and most of the time when I special summon those monsters, they're just going to be used for a Synchro or another extra deck summoning anyway. And that is it for the main deck. We'll move on to the extra. I run 2 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, probably your ace monster that a lot of players like to get out with this deck, since it was Yugioh's main card that he used. Just too good for the effect negation, but most of the time you'll use him along with your Red-Eye Dice to get out the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is your powerhouse monster of the deck for the effect negation and attack gaining that it possesses. And 1 Speedroid High Puzzle, 1 Shanbara, and 1 Kendama for the Speedroid synchros that I run. Shanbara probably the best of the 3 just for its attacking twice, OTK potential with limiter removal. If you Regeki, I remember I did 1 game with this. I Regeki, then attacked twice with this with limiter, was enough for the game right there. And you special summon a lot of wind monsters with this deck, so I kept the extra deck mainly wind variant on that point. So 1 Mistbird Clausulus, 1 Stardust Dragon, and 1 Mistworm. Like I said, with Tekken Tomborg, I'm not limited at all for the wind special summon with this deck. Same goes for the Exceed monsters, 1 Totem Bird and 1 Lightning Chidori, made for their fullest potential in this deck. It's really just really good there. And for the Link monsters, they're running for the potential of you being able to get out multiple extra deck monsters. The 2 Decode Talker, the Topologic Bomber Dragon, and the Firewall Dragon are pretty much staple, I would say, in most of the decks when it comes to Link format, unless you run the normal monsters in some of your decks, in which case, Link Spider would become a thing. And we're still waiting, I think, on, a wind basic Link Monster to come out. I don't think we got any in the latest booster pack, but until then, it will definitely be added in to this deck. But like I said, for now, just stick with the staples for now. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and as always, I'm always taking advice or tips on what deck profiles I should do next. I always look to your comments for directions in which I should go for my videos. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, Kira Twig out.